Welcome, everyone, to the Focus Strategy Meet the Founder podcast. I'm Bob Goodman, CEO of Focus Strategy. Focus Strategy is a consulting firm established to help startup founders reach their goals in an efficient and successful manner. And what I'd like to do now is introduce Rami Sahar. Hello, Rami. Nice to see you.
Hey, Bob. Thanks for having us.
You bet. Rami is a founder and CEO of CliqueMJ, which is a SaaS-based company in the cannabis space. And I first met Rami when I was managing director at Canopy Boulder, and CliqueMJ was picked as one of the top 10 startups to come into the program out of about 300 applicants. So Rami and CliqueMJ went through the 16-week startup accelerator. It was a great experience. I'm very fortunate to be able to have met you and Fadia. And welcome to this. So what I'd like to do is start off with, maybe you can tell me a bit about your background and why you decided to enter the cannabis industry.
Sure. I've always been intrigued by business, starting businesses, forming joint ventures when it comes to, collaborating with large businesses. So initially started off as a business development executive at a contracting company in one of the fastest growing markets in the world, a country called Qatar. I was working for a construction company over there, closing joint ventures with other foreign contracting companies, since they had the expertise in regards to stadiums, hotels, infrastructure, you name it, nothing less than $150 million. And myself and our small team were closing these joint ventures. So it was a very fast-paced industry, large deals, and hard work. It was 6 days a week, and it was really hot out there. I thought maybe we should move back to California. And
not too hot out there right now, is it, in California?
Well, 90 degrees today, but
that's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Not too bad. Not Vegas, but anyways, moved back to the States from Doha. Started a skincare company, co-founded a skincare company based out of Newport Beach. It's called Biovaj.com, BIOVAJ.com. It's 100% pure and natural, no preservatives, no chemicals whatsoever, made in the USA, and we started selling locally and internationally. Ever since, and the reason I got into cannabis was because when I was younger, I ended up in Amsterdam somehow when I was 16 with my cousins and my friends, and so I already knew what legalization looked like since I've been in Amsterdam, and I knew that it was coming to the States, especially California and Colorado. So. When you're in college and you're hanging out with your buddies and you're ordering Domino's every single night, when you're ordering takeout every single night, and you're not being really appreciated for it, but at the end of the day, you're actually spending money, right? So where were my discounts? The cannabis community was always being shut down. They were in the dark, and there's a huge stigma around this. So I thought maybe we should start advertising restaurants to the cannabis community legally. And we went around that and started putting QR codes on different dispensary bags where a customer would scan the bag and they would get the restaurant deal to that restaurant. That went really well. And at the same time, cannabis consumers started being spammed with these text messages from dispensaries. It was their only way of engagement with the consumers. They would send us deals day in, day out, irrelevant deals. It's invasive, coming in at the wrong times, right? That was really frustrating because, we spend a lot of money on cannabis, and we would still like to get the deals, but we didn't want to be, spammed every single day. I mean, we're hooked both ways. Why are you hitting me up every single day? So what we did was create your local dispensary loyalty app, CliqueMJ. CliqueMJ is the loyalty app for you to follow your favorite dispensary, receive deals from them based on your interests, and every time you spend money at that dispensary or delivery, your points are going to get audited on the app. So you know exactly what you're going to unlock in terms of dollars off at dispensaries or at restaurants. And we tested the market for 6 months. in Los Angeles. The data that we got really exceeded our expectations. The average time per user on the app was about 3.5 minutes. Our overall utilization rate was 73% across the board. So 73% of the people who downloaded the app used it for the next 2 months and further, but that was what we calculated. And the ROI that we generated dispensaries was above $34. So I'm not going to mention other companies, of course, but that's the highest ROI that we have in the industry today. And that is mainly because we tailored the loyalty app to the cannabis consumer, knowing that if we kept them happy, we'd be able to facilitate the sale back to the dispensary. The way we do that is we ask the cannabis consumer whether they would like to receive a push notification or not when they do receive the deals. Because giving them that option helps us keep our opt-out rates extremely low, right? You would want to check, you already smoke cannabis daily, for example. Why do you need to be reminded to do so? You didn't, right? Yep. So we knew that, and that was proven successful. So since then, we've been integrating into different point of sale solutions. We completed our first integration into FlowHub point of sale. We're working on the MJ Freeway point of sale right now, integration, and then we're moving on to Trees and Kova.
That's great.
And Transact First afterwards. Yeah. So, we also worked on an integration with restaurants.com.
Wow.
So we have deals from McDonald's, Taco Bell, Popeyes, you name it.
Yeah, that's what really impressed me with your solution was you're not just providing dispensaries with a kind of communication system to their customers, a frequent kind of buyer discount system, but you're including the community around the dispensary and all the restaurants and all the different retail locations around the dispensary. You're kind of bringing the whole neighborhood in, exactly. which I think is a tremendous lift and a welcome lift, I'm sure, for the dispensaries.
Absolutely. And it's food and cannabis go hand in hand. It was only a matter of time before somebody did it. And the reason we did it this way is because we wanted to strengthen the what we call hyper-local traffic.
Right.
That we could share between dispensaries and restaurants alike. Restaurants were struggling to advertise their businesses to the cannabis community because of the rules and regulations. CliqueMJ is, of course, compliant in doing so. And this gives them a chance to not put flyers in dispensaries.
Yeah, I'm sure the restaurants, the local community restaurants must welcome this feature.
Oh yeah. They've been trying to get this traffic, and once they can't, they get extremely disappointed, saying, "Hey, you're filling up our parking lots, and we're not having any of your customers come into my restaurant."
Right.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So you have a video, I think. So if you want to take the screen from away and go ahead and show your video, and then we'll come back after that. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay. That was great. Congratulations on building and scaling up your startup. Sounds like I've since the beginning I've seen this as a great concept, but you've really turned into a great SaaS-based solution and a great opportunity in a very important space. So I think it's super what you've been able to pull together.
Thank you. At the end of the day, we're creating an ecosystem. We're obsessed with creating networks over here at CliqueMJ and how we would be able to benefit the cannabis consumer since they've been in the dark for so long. And this network really feeds into everybody. The cannabis consumer just wants one app in order to do the 5 basic things, right? They want to be able to collect their points, receive cannabis deals, receive restaurant deals, be able to pay, and check the menu off the dispensary. These are the 5 main things the cannabis consumer wants to do. And if you want to do that right now as a cannabis consumer without CliqueMJ, it's extremely fragmented. So it only makes sense to, put it into one app and let the community build itself.
Yep. No, I think, and also your strategy on integrating with the large point of sale systems, obviously, is a good one. So great job. Can you talk a bit about the impact that the pandemic has had on the cannabis space in general, and kind of where you think the industry is going?
The pandemic has been, it's for sure has been great for dispensaries. It's been great for dispensaries, for ancillary businesses. I'm not sure about brands, but it's been, from our point of view, it's been a little bit more difficult to contact these dispensaries because, well, not anymore, but when COVID first hit, because there's no in-store visits anymore, right? And what happens when there's no in-store visits? Vendors start, calling these dispensaries nonstop, trying to get, a seat on the table to show them and showcase what they have. So, things definitely did slow down for a little bit in the beginning, but as the market started to, as COVID started to, it hasn't gone away.
Right.
But,
no. Yeah. The people, a lot of people I've talked with have talked about cannabis sales growth because of the pandemic. Yeah, along with alcohol and all the things that people are using to kind of deal with this. So it's actually been a pretty good thing, I think, in general for the cannabis space.
Our average sale went up 60% on the app.
Yeah.
So the transactions went up 60%. I'm guessing, people were purchasing and holding, so they don't go into the dispensaries more than once, and so they don't get to meet the delivery driver. But besides that, the usage on the app went up. The amount of times they were on the app went down, but their usage went up and the transaction amount went up. So obviously they were buying big amounts of cannabis and holding it until they would go again. But now that since the market has stabilized, I believe, dispensaries have been extremely open to meeting with people again. People are going to dispensaries, waiting in lines. I think we're back to normal.
Yeah. What states are you currently in with your solution?
We're in California, and with our new enhanced apps that we're dropping really soon, we're going to be scaling all over the nation. So
okay, great.
We're extremely excited to reach that point.
And can you speak a bit about your experience as a founder and kind of what were the top 2 or 3 kind of challenges that you had to face as a founder, and what would you kind of recommend to other founders to be careful of as they develop their own startup solutions?
Good question. Number 1, don't waste your time with people that are going to waste your time. Okay. That is a big thing. A lot of people like to talk, but you need to see some action. Okay. Number 2, something that I really believe in is mindset. You need to go into any conversation with a frame and that you're not going to be losing this conversation, because as soon as you seem like you are desperate or weak, the other side of the conversation has full control. So yep. you lose all authority and much more.
So build a strong process and strong team and strong confidence.
Correct. So your team is everything. And I obviously wouldn't have been, the team is everything. Can't emphasize enough. But it's really, the founder needs to think of the good days when the founder's going through hell. You know, that's the hardest part. When you think that it's all crashing on you, just know that there's better days, there's new doors, and life has ups and downs. So
that's another reason to have a good team is you can help each other get through those down times and celebrate the up times together. So it's good to do it with others.
Exactly. And also when I talk about mindset, make sure that you're extremely comfortable with yourself, because if you get a rejection from a venture capital or from an angel investor who doesn't agree with your vision or you know, any other aspect of the business, that means nothing, you know, because there's thousands of VCs and there's thousands of founders, and that just means that there wasn't a great connection and you just move forward.
Yep, absolutely. So I think you mentioned you're going to be running a special promotion for new potential customers. Can you tell me a bit about that, and also kind of how can new customers reach out to you?
For sure. They could reach out to us anywhere, really. LinkedIn, social media, our email, sales@cliquemj.com. And our promotion is 1 month free for dispensaries who sign up with us for 4 months. Within the first month, obviously, dispensaries see the return on investment and they wouldn't want to leave. But just since we're, you know, new, we're willing to offer you guys a free month for our platform.
Great. Well, I'll post that along with the podcast when it goes live. So great. And are there any specific other things other than obviously more business, more clients? But are there any other things that you kind of would like to reach out to the audience that sees this, and perhaps team building or some other things?
Yeah. I'm always looking for, you know, high energy, focused individuals to join the team, right? No matter how you could help, whether it's marketing, sales, operations. If you feel that you could grow within CliqueMJ, if you feel that you could offer, you know, assistance in order for us to become who we want to be, we'd love to speak to you. And if you could send your resume to support@cliquemj.com, that would be great.
Okay, great. Well, again, I'll post that as part of the podcast. And Rami, I want to thank you again for being part of the Meet the Founder series. It's great seeing you again. You know, I really enjoyed working with you when you were going through the Canopy Boulder program, and give my best to Fadia and all working on a great solution that you put together. So thank you very much. You can hang on here. I'm going to switch now to talk a little bit about my business.
Sounds good.
But thanks again. So Focus Strategy is a consulting firm. Our mission is to help founders build strategy, teams, attract investors, accelerate growth. We can help you develop strategy. We can help you add people to your team, develop your purpose, put in place the right process to track your execution. We can also introduce you to investors in our network, with the bottom line being to accelerate growth. So if you're a founder and you feel like you need some help, please reach out to me. My contact information is at the bottom of that slide. So again, Rami, thank you very much. I wish you great continued success.
Thank you.
And stay safe and healthy. And look forward, everybody, to the next Focus Strategy Meet the Founder podcast. Take care.
Thanks, Bob.
Yep.